All right, so originally I didn't know what this video was gonna be on, pretty much. Well, I did have some sort of concept of what the video was gonna be. Um, but okay, that may be a little bit more loud, but it's whatever. But yeah, I originally had a concept of what the video was gonna be about, but I honestly in my heart, like I feel it inside, like I really didn't know what this video was typically gonna be on. More so just because um I am like going through sort of like a tough time and everything else. Um, but this more so relates to everything like financially, what's going on with the world, um, the different stuff that's going on in my life, that's going on with my family's life, stuff like that. Not too personal, but you can kind of get the gist of the idea as I would feed it to you. But more so is like just financial wise, just like um it's pretty much like how everybody else, oh, get rich fast, get rich quick scheme, become a millionaire as fast as possible, when like out of reality, that's not really gonna happen. Um there's maybe one or two people and like out of like 10,000 people that may become rich, or gain a lot of, profit because of something else. But I've been exploring, just the different ways on doing it, in different ways on, becoming successful and reaching that, platform, even though I'm successful in itself for what I'm doing now, and what and where I want to be at. Um with the me having a child, me having my own place, me having all this expensive stuff that you see in the background, the boxes and stuff, you can see the baby stuff as well. Me having the computer and the high tech everything that I have, and it's expensive stuff that I can get. Um like I think not even I think, but my goal really is to be, or not my goal so much, so more to say, it's more of like uh my long-term jeopardy, my long-term reach. Because goal is just something like mentally that you would set for yourself, like this is okay, this is the endpoint where I don't really, want to stop, to be fair. Um but yeah, like I really just don't. Maybe I might start my own um t-shirt brand. Maybe I might start my own clothing brand. That's something that I've always wanted to do with like I'm not gonna give, that's just like the gist of the idea. I'm not gonna give like the actual like idea, like diving deeper into, the clothing and everything. Um and what it'll be about, but just know it, like dive into like more like a merchandise industry. Um just, we'll see things kick off, because as I do have some, business background history. Um, I do have different merchant history, different entrepreneur history. Not all being me. Developed from, of course, other people. Um, I can't even say my parents, because my parents are ass. Um, but they love me, so uh, to say, that counts for something. Um, but yeah, it's just like I honestly just wanted to like, I didn't know what direction I honestly wanted my channel to head towards into. It's like I brain farted for a second. Don't mind that. But it's it's like you wanting a gaming channel, you want all this other stuff to happen, you think it's gonna succeed, even though there are millions of people literally that are on the internet that just are just uploading different games, different stuff as it's releasing, or um going back to oldies but goodies for some people who grew up within that era or that environment. um but it's not relatively a guaranteed, a surefire thing. Whereas, some people may record the same thing, or most people do record the same thing, and one person may just blow up because they found something else, or um, they may have done something funny or whatever to blow up. But I think, it's honestly time to put down, like, not me laying down the gaming industry entirely or just not playing games at all. I'm just saying, like, just maybe not like publishing uh games, maybe not publishing games as frequent or as often as I want to. Um Not like going out of my way, cutting things off early, or cutting time out with my family, cutting different stuff off, putting money where it definitely doesn't need to be. Um for the sake of me trying to make something work out when there's no surefire way um that it will work out. But I think it's time for me to kind of close it. That I can't even really say close the chapter, because that wasn't even really a chapter. That was just like a short epilogue, not even epilogue, but a short prologue to what was maybe going to soon to come later on. Within the Waddle series, maybe. But I don't think that's something that I really do want for myself entirely. Um Maybe it's just to just sit down and just express how I feel. Because I enjoy talking in front of a camera. As you can see, like, I'm not shy. I'm not antisocial. I'm not an introvert. I don't have a problem with doing any of this. It's kind of relaxing. In a sense, especially when I do it like right now. It's like 4 3:57, practically 4 a.m. Because I am on EST time. But 4 a.m. Practically like doing it around this time too, because one, my wife and daughter are more so sleep at this time. But like, it just gives me the time to just like think to myself, um and just shoot a bunch of ideas, search up a whole bunch of stuff, do a whole more research on different things, and not under that I don't completely understand the idea of. Such as, for like, one example I can give behind it was like, I this was like maybe 4 or 5 months back when I looked up and I started to get into the process. But this was when, like, money was needed really, really badly at a time. So if I want to give that as an example, I would say more so like maybe a year or two ago. Maybe a year or two ago, where money was like detrimental at that time. Um, and of course I was still moving around, jumping from place to place, doing all this other stuff. Um, but I want to say I would look more into, like, okay, different side hustles, the way people making money, different YouTube videos. Oh, I can get rich fast. The best get rich quick screen scheme. You know what I'm saying? The best money making tools, money making guides, the best side hustles you can do, like the 8 most bet, like, and really, relatively speaking, like, in all of how everything is built and stacked, um, all of it's just a big lie. To be honest, it's just you do what works for you. Um, and that goes for just anybody, where they do what works for them. They do what they like. If you enjoy working, being in employee, working for a company, doing whatever it is you do, then that's something that you want. Whether or not you go to college and do it, whether or not you go to college, graduate, and you do it, or whether or not you don't go to college and don't graduate and do it. I mean, you're not gonna graduate because you ain't go to college, but like, yeah. Um, but yeah, like I said, this was more of a renting video anyway. Or just more of a yapping video anyway, because it's like, most people that are content creators, they don't talk about it, but like there is a detrimental struggle. That's become my new favorite word, by the way. Yeah, detrimental. That's my new favorite word. But definitely, it is a detrimental struggle with it. See, I use it again. Um, just out of sheer willpower, is like content creation can consume so much of your life, or you can be wrapped up in content creation so well, and it can wrap you up so well and put you in a blanket and have you sucking on a pacifier to whereas you cancel everything else out that doesn't help you in your journey, such as your family, um your friends, if you have friends. I'm assuming you do. Don't be a loner. You're gonna need them. um Hanging out, actually living your life. Content creation can definitely drain and cut some of that stuff out. It's not healthy, of course. Um, but it's like, what really is the use of you becoming successful? And it's, glad that you're, developing something from this. You're making money off of this. You're putting your foot in the world. You're making your mark for people to see. But like, you don't really have anyone that's truly gonna see you for you if you've just like shunned everybody and just disappeared from everything, every person, everything, and everywhere that you could possibly be. um yeah, all right, now I'm just just yapping, but I got some things on my mind that I am stressing about. What I am thinking about starting is like a series to where it'll be like Waddle's Tall Tales, or like um Waddleworks or something. I have to think of the name. Trademark though. But I I have to think of, an exact name for it. Well, where I was just give like different stories of like what happens in my day-to-day life. Not giving a full story of what's happening in the day-to-day life, but giving sort of, just a small short skit story on whatever the hell has happened in my day to piss me off, or do I deem to be, a good story. I actually made that fall. Or whatever I deem to be a good story, as I said. Um, or something funny, or something. Okay, so one thing that I actually, you know what, I would save that for later. I think that's something that I will do, and I'll work out, the name for it later on, and I'll trademark it. So don't try to be, stealing my shit, you know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, I think it was just be myself at this point, because it's like Twitch might stop me, YouTube might stop me, all of the content creator platforms, they might stop me, all of the social media platforms, they might stop me, but you're gonna be you regardless, whether the world accepts you or not. So it's like, boom. And then I want to also do this thing where it's like, before I end different videos and stuff like that, I want to leave, everyone with a smartistic. I just made that word up, and that word is powerful. That shit goes hard. That shit sounds powerful as shit, bro. Yo, trademark. I don't want to see that shit used anywhere outside of this fucking video. Yo, I am the only person who is deemed worthy of using that word, bro. So I don't want to see anybody else say that word. I don't want to see that word anywhere else outside of under this video in the comment section, bro, or like maybe in my server or something. I don't see that on no TikToks, no nothing, bro. I definitely, bro. Smartistic is mine. You dirty ass bastards. It is mine now. I've taken that word, I've transformed that word and made it into something beautiful. Okay? It is mine. But as I was saying before, I rudely interrupted my own self. But I leave a quote at the end of like every vid. That's a smartistic quote that can give, motivation or put some realism in like people in like people's hearts, people's souls that can reach down and touch them. Um okay, one quote I will say that I can give for this video, because I don't want to make this video to be, too long. It was a quote that I've heard, but not many people use it. But I dabble. I look in look into different people's stuff. I go back and I look in different history books, different things like that. I read up on different old historical articles and stuff to get different things. But there is this quote that I had heard. I can't remember the man's name. It started with a Z. Was it Zimmerman? I can't fully remember. But the quote was, and I leave you with this. If you have a problem with me, text my number. If you don't, wait. Oh, okay. Wait. I'm trying to remember and puzzle like how the quote exactly went. Oh, okay. So it was, if you have a problem with me, then text my number. I'm not sure if they said call, but I know it was, if you have a problem with me, text my number. If you don't have my number, then you don't know me well enough to have a problem with me. And that is the quote that I leave for you guys for the day. This is your boy Waddles. This is the Empire, bro. I'm signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.